Good morning and welcome back to this video. This is our 7th video in this series. So we have made a video on inspection of the crankshaft and all these points here to discuss if it needs a replacement, repair, or if we can reuse it. On this video we are only discussing about wear on the crankshaft thrust surface. So if you want to look at all the other videos, please go to our channel or we'll put the link in the description below. Let's continue. Crankshaft thrust surfaces are crucial for the engine's operation for providing a controlled movement of the crankshaft. Over time, wear and tear can impact its performance. Here we are talking about a step-by-step guide on inspecting, repairing and replacing these surfaces. This is also suitable for beginners. First we'll talk about inspection of the thrust surface. So now let's discuss about the tools needed. So we need micrometer, dial gauge and feeler gauges. First we need to prepare the engine. Ensure that the engine is turned off and cooled down. Disconnect the battery to avoid accidental starts. Remove the oil pan and any components obstructing the access to the crankshaft. Now it's time to inspect the thrust surface. Use a micrometer to measure the thickness of the thrust surface. Now after measurement, compare these measurements with the manufacturer's specifications. Check for visible signs of wear or damage such as scoring or pitting, using a flashlight or a magnifying glass if needed. Use a dial gauge to measure the end play of the crankshaft to ensure that it falls within the acceptable limits. Now it's time to record your findings. Document your measurements and observations. If you find that the wear exceeds above the acceptable limits, repairs or replacements would be necessary. Now let's talk about repairs. What are the tools needed? We need crankshaft grinder or polishing kits and bearing replacement tools. First let's determine the repair needs. If the wear is minor, polishing the thrust surfaces would be sufficient. For more significant wear, a crankshaft grinder machine would be necessary. Now you need to look at if you need to polish your surfaces, if it's applicable. Use a crankshaft polishing kit to remove minor surface imperfections. Ensure you follow the manufacturer's guidelines to avoid excessive material removal. Now it's time to replace the thrust bearings. Remove the old thrust bearings from their seats, clean the area thoroughly and install new thrust bearings to ensure proper alignment and fit. Make sure that you lubricate before reassembly. Now let's talk about replacement. What are the tools needed? New crankshaft bearing removal tool, engine hoist. First we need to remove the old crankshaft, deassemble all the necessary components. This will help us to access the crankshaft. This might include removal of the timing gear, pistons and the connecting rods. Now carefully lift out the crankshaft. Make sure that you are not damaging the surrounding components as you remove the crankshaft. Now it's time to install the new crankshaft. Ensure that the crankshaft matches the specifications of your engine. Make sure that you perfectly clean all the contact surfaces. Place the new crankshaft into position, aligning it with the main bearings and the thrust surfaces. Now it's time to reassemble the engine. Reverse the deassembly steps, reattaching components such as pistons, rods and the timing cover. Don't forget to refill the oil pan. Reconnect the battery and perform a final check. Now let's test the engine. Start the engine and monitor for any unusual noises or vibrations. Check the oil pressure and the crankshaft movement to ensure that everything is functioning correctly. By following these steps, you can effectively manage crankshaft thrust surfaces wear, ensuring the longevity and performance of your engine. Always consult the manufacturer specifications for the best results. I hope this video was helpful, and as I said, this is the 7th video in this series, so all the other 6 videos in our channel, please have a look or look at the description for the links. If you think we are making a difference by uploading these videos, please give us a thumbs up and appreciate us in the comments. If you have any questions, drop that in the comments and I will definitely respond to you. Thanks for watching. Have a good day.